Hello, welcome to the story of me, a North Korean American journey. My name is Justin. Please subscribe to my channel and click like button to support my channel. And today, this time I want to share a little bit about North Korean house conditions and situations, how we lived, how I lived, and what kind of house I lived in when I was in North Korea. Okay, so as you see, this is the house. Like someone is walking here. Okay, here. This is like a typical dirt, like you can say driveway or whatever that is. And this is the main house, things like that. So, and the windows. This is a typical North Korean civilian's house. Some people don't even have like a proper roof, so they put a tarp over it. And especially like rainy days, like a lot of rain is leaking, so we put a bunch of buckets or bowls to catching the water. That's a very hassle. So basically, under a structure is like a solid wood in where I lived, and then roof is like a typical wooden roof, and then between Eric, it's volcanic ash. It's a light and also insulation. So we put them under Eric about 2 to 3 inch thick. Usually we keep the some kind of dry food up there, so it keeps absorbing all the moisture. Okay, so dictator's picture. So I this just this video pictures I downloaded from the Google. Of course, Google you can find almost anything, but not really. So first the dictator and that's a lady, I guess. Looks like it. And this is Kim Il Sung, Kim Jong Il, and I think this is Kim Jong Su or something like that. So every household they have to have pictures, and no other picture frame is like bigger than uh, these picture frames. So if it's like a equivalent or almost the same as these frames, it's punishable by government. It's a severe punishment. And also they have to constantly clean them, like wipe the screens and all the dust on the frames. So they checking like I think it was like once a year when I was there. Okay, so this is a typical TV, black and white screen TV. I'm very surprised. And in North Korea, having a TV is like a pretty, I would say, middle class and above. They can have a TV because it's costing um, 3 ton of potato when I was in there, so it's costing a lot. Uh, 3 ton of potato is like one person's whole entire year food. So that usually like 1 ton is like we consume it with exchange with other food like rice and other ingredients, and then 2 tons like we process it and then we eating with the other grains. That's how we calculate like how many potatoes we each person needs. Okay, this is a typical kitchen. When I was in North Korea, my house was like this flat kitchen. So it's like another cooking pot. If you take it off, then like a deeper inside like this. This house I would say pretty fancy compared to most of them because it has tile. When I was there, not tiles, like a dirt kitchen and nothing. I'm sure like over here somewhere, like a fireplace there, and then the smoke goes up somewhere there, and then goes around house. That's how it works. And it seems like this house lost some couple of the cooking pots here. Because of the fire so strong, sometimes like bottom is like uh, rusted off. That's how it does. That's how I burned my arms, like entire my arms. I was when I was 1.5 years old, I crawled into it while my mom was working. I guess maybe that's why my mom I tied up my sister when she was until like two or three, something like that. Because whenever they go to work, and she tied her rope on her waist so she won't move around. Like only she can reach was her food and water. That's all. This is like like a pet. You put like a water and rice there, and then whenever she was hungry, just crawl up to the water and rice and eat, cry, and then when she exhausted, just fall asleep until my parents come from work. And you might ask him why she did that. And the thing is, she has no choice because she has to work for the government. They have no choice. She passed away. She died when I was 5 years old. So I still remember that. That it was my first time like I felt uh, very devastating loss, like emptiness. That's North Korean kitchen. So I just wanted to share. Next video, I want to talk a little bit about um, the grass, I would say, or like a veggies. The other day, I would say a couple months ago, accidentally I watched someone else like the video saying vegetables in North Korea in July and August as they are poisoned. So I want to tell you why that person said that. Okay, so tune up and please make sure subscribe to my channel and click the like button to support my channel. Thank you, and I will see you soon.